People, welcome back again to Tribe Talk Live, episode 9. Man, I'm getting through these talks. Roughly like 9. Well, it's gonna be 9 whole hours of value for you guys. But today, another very special guest. His name's Konstantinos, and he is Greek national champion over 3,000 and 5,000 meters. Also a personal trainer and a running coach, so there will be a lot to be gained. The previous talk I did will be up on YouTube either today, tomorrow. I will let you know. But yeah, let's get Konstantinos in the chat so we can get this started. One sec. Yo.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi to everyone. Everything good, man. Everything good.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this moment. I was a bit nervous, but let's get to it.
That's fine, man. Sorry for making you wait. I had my parents over, and I didn't know how long it was gonna take. So
yeah, that's fine. That's good.
So yeah. How have you been?
I've been okay. I had a lovely day. The sun was up.
Oh, the sun.
The
sun is.
Yeah, it was lovely today. It was lovely today. That's why I said, next to my window, you don't have like a nice sun on my face. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was really nice. And also, my mom sent me the box with some Greek food and stuff inside it. So that was the best part of the day. To be honest, some cookies,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
You have to show us what's in the box. Some of the things that's in the box at the end of the talk, man.
Oh yeah, okay. You're sure for that?
If there's still any left.
Nothing. Some cookies. I had like 2 bags of cookies, but they're gone.
Oh,
they're gone. It's like some traditional cookies that we made in Greece, and yeah, I can't resist on them, man. Honestly, I don't. I can't resist on them.
They taste like home, huh?
Jesus, you can't imagine. Next time I will save you some. I will bring you some.
I'll try to anyway. Did you train today?
Yeah, today I did my long run.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my day off from work, and I had to fit the long run today. Yeah. I know it's not the day, but usually, yeah. So I did around 17K around Hyde Park. For me, it's the best location. You have like a lot of space, up and down hills, like challenging you all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the perfect route for me to run and do my long run.
Variances.
Yeah, up and down, and then
and concrete and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. So I'm a big lover of the grass.
Yeah. So for everyone, that watches this, because obviously not everyone's going to be on the live right now. Who is Konstantinos? Where did it all start for you? From where it started to where you are now? In a nutshell, though, because bear in mind we only have 1 hour, so if you can make a long story short, then please do.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a really shy person. When is the time to talk about myself? I'm really humble, so it's gonna be short.
That's fine, man.
It's gonna be short. Well, Konstantinos is a national champion from Greece, and I won the titles in 3,000, 5,000 meters. And my biggest achievement is 7th place in European Championship.
Nice.
So since then, I fell in love with running, fitness. I remember myself since I was a kid. I was like always big in sports, basketball, football, everywhere.
Yeah.
So I moved on. I had the decision to move on the coaching. And honestly, since I started, it's been the best part of my life.
Yeah.
It's been the best part of my life.
You said you started in Greece. like
Yeah.
all the sports and everything else. What made you want to go into running specifically?
Well, that was a challenge for one coach. At the stadium I was at the time was a football team, and I was a football player, you know.
Okay.
And then it was a coach, like a track and field coach, and he
Yeah.
said, "Hey, you know, Konstantinos, you look really good endurance athlete."
Okay.
And he said, "Come on, I will give you a challenge, and let's see how fast you can run 2 laps."
Okay.
And at the end of the workout, anyway, I bet the guys like his athlete, and he was like, "Wow, how did you do that? You're not even an athlete. You're a football player."
Yeah.
So that was the moment that I realized, hey, you know something? You got a talent.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
So since then, I had the decision later on to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Because to be a professional athlete is not an easy one.
Of course.
So yeah.
So how were you a good footballer?
I was a goalkeeper, to be honest.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So how
I
did you
was
see
a
your
I was a person I was a person to save the team, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
So that
like it. I
so
like
that
it. It was a nice one.
so that you continued training for track and field and everything else, and then you went on to national level, European, and everything else from there.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
what made you like move over here and start coaching and everything else?
Well, on 2016, I had a decision to come in UK.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do like a new beginning,
Okay.
to start a new chapter in my life,
Okay.
to get a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, you know something? You got the English language. You know the basics, obviously, but obviously you will improve yourself. You're going to learn a new challenge. You're going to meet new people. And as we know, UK is the best destination if you want to improve yourself.
Yeah.
You have so many nationalities, so many opportunities. And it's every day, every single day is a new challenge for you to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, let's go. And when I first came, my English was like zero.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't speak with anyone. So more or less, long story short, I learned everything from talking like face to face with people.
Yeah. So at that point, did you stop your professional career?
Yeah.
Did you stop?
At what?
Like, are
Well,
you still trying to compete at that level, or did you decide, you know what, I'll just do it for fun now, and I'll coach people?
well, to be honest with you, I was trying to keep everything in the same level. So I was trying to be really competitive at the same time to coach people because they were getting motivation from me and I was getting them motivation from them.
Yeah.
But obviously, as I said before, if you try to be a competitive athlete, you get injured. So my biggest disappointment, and as we're going to move on the conversation, my worst setback was the injury, the operation I had in my foot.
Yeah.
So for now, right now at the moment, I enjoy my runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. I'm a bit competitive, but I'm trying to get a bit more fun, you know?
Yeah.
But mostly to coach people at the moment.
Fair enough. That's a good way to look at it anyway, not to put too much pressure on yourself, especially after operation anyway. Just to get back in full fitness and then see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Just have fun, you know?
That's it. So what's slightly moving on? What's your thoughts and opinions on everything going on right now, like the coronavirus and everything else, and how are you overcoming being in lockdown and the gym is not open and not being able to work properly, all that stuff?
Well, it was really weird. The next day, I heard the news and it was like, the world right now is in lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does it mean lockdown, you know? What we do in that case? Like gym closed, you can't go outside, races, everything is like cancelled. And I was like, what are we doing now? So I was in panic. Even myself, that I'm really a positive person.
Yeah.
I was in panic. So I said, okay, let's sit down. Let's have a think, what we're going to do, how we're going to handle this situation. And yeah, I was thinking positive, to be honest. And I sat down and I said, okay, you know something? You got plenty of time right now because you don't work. Just work with your weakness, you know.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with yourself. I know it doesn't sounds healthy, but I sat down and I said, okay, this is your weakness. This is how you need to improve. This is your point. And yeah, to be honest with you, 3 months from the lockdown was really fast for me.
Okay.
I gained a lot of fitness.
Yeah. It definitely went fast, 100%. It doesn't even feel like we were in lockdown at all.
Yeah, honestly.
So you just took that time to kind of work on yourself and your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And
it was a perfect timing, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Because you have time to dedicate to training, but also you have time. You can dedicate time to training like really hard because you have time to recover, you know.
And rest, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plans for the future? The near future, anyway, because obviously we're coming out of well, hopefully we're coming out of the virus and everything.
Hopefully.
What's the plan?
Hopefully, I think.
Obviously, you were dedicating yourself to getting in shape. Now you're in some sort of good shape. So what's next for you?
Obviously, we are coming out from this lockdown phase. You know, we're gonna recover, and everything is gonna be normal again. So the future, to be honest, I do have plans, but I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on me. First thing first, I want to build my fitness.
Yeah.
Like to be healthy, the most important thing, pain-free, and work on my weakness and improve myself like step by step. Because the most important thing is to build the foundation.
Yeah, definitely.
So making a plan is really important to have like a plan and stick to the plan, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's a good step to follow.
No stones unturned. So what would that fitness for you lead to eventually? What would you like to, once you're in full fitness, what would you like to do from there?
Well, when I will reach at that point, I want to be again competitive. And in the future, hopefully it's not going to be far away. I want to race again at the national championship.
Okay.
Because as an athlete, is nothing enough for you. You always want more. You always want more, you know?
Yeah.
You win one race, the next day you were like, okay, let's plan something else, you know? So I'm always chasing something new. Yeah. Even with my clients, with the coaching phase, yeah, okay, we achieved the targets now, but now let's move on to the next phase. Let's move on to the next step. I'm always like willing to learn and improving and moving forward, you know, always moving forward.
Yeah. I have a few, thank you for that anyway. But I have a few like quick Q&A questions for you from other people and myself as well. And I think it will bring a lot of value to everyone listening, you know. So what would the old you tell the new you? You know, so yeah, what would the younger Konstantinos tell the Konstantinos today?
To be honest with you, I had a big thoughts with myself, and it was a hard question to answer.
Of course, yeah.
But obviously, you take your mind back in the past, and you think like, what you done wrong, and you find some mistakes. To be honest, well, what I would say in the young Konstantinos, I would say, take the opinions from other people, make them like a nice filter in your mind, and take the positive thing. And then just throw them away. Yeah. Just be awake, search yourself. Because when I was a kid, I had my coach, and I was like looking forward all the time. People that were like talking to me like, why you don't get some rest? Why do you do some strength? And I was like, sorry, mate, I'm not going to listen to you. My coach isn't like my coach, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, some people that will take it wrong, what I'm saying, but obviously right now we have like so many stuff that someone can find in the internet, you know? You can just open his horizon.
So you're saying, obviously, you mean be more open-minded and take the positives from what everyone has to say. Basically.
Exactly.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, because in the past, most of the coaches, they have been really old-fashioned.
Yeah.
and they didn't want to improve themselves. So they were like, okay, this is gonna do this. What I'm saying, you're gonna do it like this.
Yeah.
Nothing else, you know. And that was a big mistake, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I've had many coaches like that. You know,
exactly.
The whole coach and athlete trainer relationship should be, you know, if I give you something to do and you ask me a question about it, I should be able to tell you why you're doing it.
Exactly, to explain it, yeah.
Not just don't just do what I say type of thing, you know. I've had several coaches like that, and the relationship has crumbled because I've asked the question about, okay, why am I doing this? And they
don't know how to answer.
They couldn't explain because, you know, they've taken what they've done in the past. Maybe they were athletes in the past, and they've taken what they got given, and that's
to the athletes.
That's it.
It's not the way that they need to work, you know.
No. Even if you reach the pinnacle of like your coaching career, you should always be looking to improve. Always. And there should
always. Doesn't matter if you
there should be a reason for everything that you do as well. It can't just be a generic type of thing. Like, no, it's not one size fits all. You know?
No, exactly. This is my point. This is what I'm saying to my athletes. When they do the session, I'm asking them, I'm saying like, guys, please ask me the reason why you do this exercise. What benefit you get from this exercise? Because they need to know. If they know, they will do it, you know? Because if you just give a program to someone, you will lose the motivation at the end, you know? Because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. And it's like,
that's why
it's very easy to make someone, you know, let's say you have someone that is unfit. It's very easy to make them tired. You know, there has to be a reason behind training them and what they're doing and everything else, you know? Is there anything else you would tell a younger self?
I think life is giving you the best lessons from that. So I will leave the younger Konstantinos to get some lessons from life. Honestly.
So
I'm happy with my career, with the things I've done in life.
Yeah.
I'm happy,
Obviously it made you who you were, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So what are some of the biggest mistakes runners make? It doesn't need to be like, you know, professional athletes. It can be just, you know, people that want to run a 5K or, you know, a mile or something. What are some of the biggest mistakes, like technically, they make?
Well, it's a really big topic, to be honest, and I will try to make it really simple.
Yeah.
The point is, I'll just go like directly on the names. It's more like overstriding. They try to stretch hands and legs. They think they go faster, but they don't.
Yeah.
And that's overstretching your body and your muscles. Obviously, at some point, it will drive to get injured. Obviously, disappointment, lost motivation, and then you stop. Next one is they rush too much, too soon.
Okay.
It's really easy to get into fitness, but it's really hard to keep that fitness.
Yeah. So
many people are
very motivated at the start to get going and, you know, want to try hard and too much too soon, basically. Yeah, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying like to not use the excitement that you have from your PBs, from your time, from your total time, like 10K or 5K, but just take it easy, you know, just step by step, like the babies, you know, step by step.
Yeah.
The next one is more like a running style, about like drafting your feet. So I see so many people, they draft the feet. Occasionally you need to lift and just make like a nice rotation.
Oh, so like,
and if it comes naturally.
The ground like this.
Yes.
Rather than stepping over.
Yeah. Exactly. So I see so many people, they don't pay attention in the technique. They just watch the GPS and what the GPS says, let's go and do it, you know?
Yeah.
So they lost the mechanic, all the power from their body.
It's more about the time or, you know, getting the distance. They're not worried about rhythm or breathing or the stride.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, for your performance, it's very important to control your breath, your strength, how your body is straight on when you run,
Yeah.
how the arms and shoulders they drive. You generally like in your running style, you know, nobody pay attention to them anymore. But actually, that's the point that makes you perform at the end.
Yeah, I think the first point that you were saying about overstriding is a massive issue with sprinters, especially because obviously the higher knee lift and everything else, and to run fast, obviously it's stride length versus stride frequency. And as sprinters, you know, we lift our legs higher to get as much stride length as possible. But obviously the way you land on the floor is paramount. You have to land under your hips, you know, so it propels you forward.
Yeah, makes sense because you're pushing power on the ground and you're taking power from the ground again.
Exactly.
That's how you improve your strength and goes on.
Yeah.
The next one topic is wearing the wrong footwear.
Okay.
So as a young runner, you read a lot of reviews, and I don't want to mention any specific brands. Obviously, the most reviews they will mention this specific shoe anyway. So it goes, you buy the shoe, and then goes for the run.
Yeah.
And then from the run, you get blisters, you get like any pain on the ankle, on your knees, and everything then is affecting your performance, and you can't run. And then you start wondering, why my knee is that in pain?
Mm-hmm.
So my suggestion in this case is, because most of the shops right now, they do the stride ID, the gait analysis.
Okay.
So the gait analysis actually is giving you an ID.
Treadmill, like when you go into a running store or something. That's
Exactly.
Treadmill, right?
It's a treadmill. They have like a big device, like a 3D device. You sit on the machine, and they make the 3D printing on the computer, or how your foot looks, and what kind of support you need. Because many runners, they don't even know what type they are. We have forefoot, we have midfoot, we have so many types of runners, and they don't have any knowledge what kind of type of footwear they need to wear.
Yeah.
And that's a big mistake for me, to be honest.
A big issue. Let me I know you said you didn't want to mention any brands, but I will. So what's your opinion on because I'm very into you know, I'm very into like a natural approach to everything. Like if I could run barefoot, I will.
Barefoot.
You know.
Barefoot.
So what's your opinion on like the evolution of trainers, and obviously Nike, to be specific, like their soles are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And like, for the question that I ask is like, when was our natural abilities as humans like not good enough that we have to go to such excess, you know, to try and get faster? Why not strengthen the foot? You know, everything stems from your feet.
Well,
you know, what's your opinion on that?
My opinion is the new generation is a bit lazy, and I will be honest with that. So we are expecting from the shoes to make us faster.
Yeah.
But instead, we need to make our legs stronger. I will give like a really simple example of the African people, the Kenyans.
Yeah.
When they born, they walk barefoot.
Yeah.
Until like 15 or 16 years old, they walk barefoot. They run barefoot. They walk on the land barefoot. So everything they do barefoot. They don't use shoes. So their feet, the joints, everything, it's much stronger from us.
Yeah.
That's why they don't get injured.
Yeah.
So more like the European people, we wear shoes the first time that we're born. We walk.
Yeah.
So that makes us more weak to get injured.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like an injury prevention, you know. If you want to get faster, at the end of the day, they're trying to sell a product, you know.
It's all about business.
Yeah. And, you know, buy this shoe and you'll run faster.
Yeah.
But, just the massive soles like I see today, it's just ridiculous. And like, they have like them little springs in them now as well, like the air bubbles too.
Yeah.
It just seems like we're taking steps backwards.
they will get even worse in the future.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
obviously, yeah, the philosophy behind the scene is now more like when the shoe has more cushioning and more product inside, that will make you fast runner.
Yeah.
So the point of the cushioning, the amount of the cushioning is like you push energy, you will get energy back. But
Get energy back.
everyone forgets strengthening our legs.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing, you know.
Yeah. Even in the running spikes as well, they have bigger soles on the running spikes.
Yeah.
As well, and like little air cushions and everything is, yeah, that's a whole nother subject anyway.
It's a big one.
So
We
this
can
is,
make it another day.
of course, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is another just general question. It's how do you train for long distance running? Or should I let me rephrase it, because it's very that can go anywhere. So what does an average training week look like for you?
Well, my training peak is going to be with the 2 sessions per day,
Yeah.
morning 6 a.m. and evening more like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, will be around 120 kilometers per week.
Okay.
That's going to be my peak. And then obviously you go lower, you do less session, or you do fast session, you do some strength session as well, mixed in the week. So obviously you need a plan.
So from Monday to Sunday, what do you do? So like Monday you do this.
Well, Monday, yeah. So Monday, because obviously you're coming from Sunday long run, you do more like strength and condition.
Okay.
More like recovery, or more like if you're like a triathlete, you can do like a swim, a nice and relaxed swim, or you can do just relaxing in the house, you know, just stretching, just like 20 minutes,
I've noticed that
easy stretching or yoga.
Yeah, I've noticed that Sundays are like a hard training day for most long distance runners.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so your week kind of starts on a Sunday, almost. So you have
and finish on Saturday.
Long hard run on the Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
And then Mondays usually like what, strength and conditioning or recovery.
Strength and conditioning, and then you go on Tuesday. You do easy run in the morning, and then you build more like hill session in the evening, and then we'll some track session like reps, really fast reps with big recoveries.
Yeah.
And then you move on Wednesday. Wednesday you do like 60 or 70 minutes long. Let's say if your threshold is like 410 or 420 per K, then obviously you go 440, 450, because easy runs you have to go really easy.
Yeah.
You need to be able to speak with someone if you run with someone anyway.
Yeah. So like a jogging pace, not a run.
Exactly. Yeah, just make it really easy. Then we move on Thursday. On Thursday, usually it's going to be more like a track session. So you wake up early in the morning, you get like a small breakfast, and then you go in the track after like 1 or 2 hours later, and then you do like 1K reps or 800 reps, because obviously you have to work your endurance.
Yeah.
And depend if you have any race or something anyway, you fix the workout as you want, with a less break, with faster pace, or depend what target you have anyway in the future. We move on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is an easy day with 2 easy runs. So it's going to be 10 or 11K in the morning, and then 15 or 16K in the evening. And then you move on Saturday, and on Saturday you do more like a hills, or more like 200 reps on track.
Okay.
You do it with long break, but you use your 100% speed.
Okay. So it's speed day.
Yeah, speed day. That's my favorite day.
How comes because obviously I come from a sprinting background, so how comes Sunday for sprinters is generally a rest day? So how did Sunday become like a hard training day for like like the culture of long distance running, basically?
Yeah, well, it's a long story, to be honest, and I don't know how this thing came up. Like Saturday and Sunday needs to be like a long run.
Yeah.
But obviously, some athletes, they prefer to start the week with a long run, or some of them they prefer to finish the week with a long run.
Okay.
So I prefer personal me works really well on me to finish the week with a long run. Like, okay, you tick the box and you finish it.
Yeah.
You are injury free, and then you plan the next week again.
Okay. This is another kind of generic one, but try and answer it as best as you can. What's your diet like?
Diet. Oh, Jesus.
Because obviously you train very hard, and some people might,
yes.
Some people might look at your diet and be like how, but you train very hard, so like twice a day type thing. So what? Okay, instead of asking you what's your diet like, what would you suggest people eat?
Well, obviously, let's do not forget we need fresh food. I will take off the sides the fast food.
Yeah.
So obviously you need fresh food, if you like salads, or when you cook them by yourself, ingredients and all this stuff, you check all the nutrition you need. And that's why you don't get, let's say, fats and where the bad fat that you don't want in your body. But personally, me, I don't have like any specific diet. Obviously, I take care of my nutrition.
Yeah.
I don't use that much oil stuff. I don't eat outside like fast food and this kind. Obviously, once in a week, I do have my cheat meal. Yeah. And the cheat meal is best day ever. It's kind of motivation for me, to be honest.
Is that today or tomorrow?
Well,
it
tomorrow.
Was today with those cookies, huh?
Yes, so I had the cookies today. I can't eat anything else. It's going to be too much. Otherwise, I have to go outside for a couple of miles to burn them off. So yeah, usually it's like a pizza or like stuff like you don't eat during the week. Or like an ice cream, because I'm a really big fan of ice cream. That's my big weakness, I can say. So yeah, but more or less about the diet, needs to be real food, as I said in the beginning.
Whole food.
Just to be fresh. Yes.
Fresh food.
Yeah. The next one is about protein, to get the protein you need in your body, because protein is the biggest thing. Helps you performance, recovery, and it's really important for your body to have it.
So instead of asking you what an average week looks like for you, what does the average day look like for you?
The average depend the sessions, depend the workout plan.
Yeah.
Obviously, if my day will have like two running session, I will add more carbs inside. Because I want to keep my body full of energy. I don't want to be like cutting calories because you want to lose fat or you want to get shredded. So obviously, you just add more calories.
Yeah.
Obviously, I try to maintain the protein levels as well really high.
Yeah.
So more or less, I know exactly how many calories I burn and how many calories I need to maintain.
Yeah.
So more or less, I'm trying to stay in the safe calories anyway.
Yeah. So you would suggest high protein. And then based on how hard you're going to train or how many sessions you're going to do, judge how many carbs you need.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have to almost like earn your carbs in a way. So if you're not training, then then
obviously your meal is going to be lower, smaller.
Yeah. All the lower end carbs, high protein, loads of veggies and all that.
Exactly.
Cool. I think we've kind of covered it a little bit, but what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned from your sport?
The biggest lessons, to be positive, to never give up.
Yeah.
Because always there will be hard times.
Yes.
Always like life is going to it's going to beat you. So just don't give up, always try to move forward. Always try to improve yourself. And I'm really happy to get these lessons, to be honest, from life.
Yeah.
And that's what the sportsman life made to me.
And it's very relatable to life in general, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
Overcoming.
Because even the jobs, the simplest jobs outside, they are really competitive.
Yeah. So
you have to be really strong mentally and to want it so much. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve my target. I'm not going to give up. I will just add like more certification on my CV. I will improve my character. You know, I'm going to put my mindset. So everything is like the total to achieve what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. And I think people will relate a lot to this as well. How do you, not now specifically because you have a lot more time now, but in general, how do you balance work and training / racing, obviously? How do you balance the two? Because they don't mix, depending on what your job you have. But generally, they don't mix well. So how do you balance?
Never. They never do that. Well, personally, me, I do a job that I have to stand for 8 hours, and I have to like walking around. So I'm trying to, the days that I work at the shop, I'm doing something relaxed in the evening. So let's say I would do like a strength, or like I do like a core workout. I'm not going to add something to my body like running, because running is going to offer you the impact. So imagine your joints, they get the pressure all day long, and you press them again on the evening, and your body is tired, you know, it will not perform. So
you do your running sessions in the morning before work,
exactly,
and then all your stuff in the evening.
After. And the days obviously that I don't work, then obviously I'm 100% focused on my training plan.
Yeah. So you would say the strength and conditioning stuff is a lot easier to get done when you're tired.
Exactly, it is. It is because it doesn't ask from your body a lot of pressure. So you take your time, you do your sets, you do with your kilos. So, and more or less the strength and condition session is going to hold like 30 minutes or 40 minutes maximum. It's not going to be like 1 hour or 70 minutes like a normal workout day. That's why I prefer to do maybe swimming after work when my legs are really tired, or maybe strength and condition, as I said before. So I prefer to do something easy to make me relaxed and sleep much better.
Yeah, definitely.
Not to give me intense and just to be like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, because it's weird because you'll do like whatever you do, whether you do long distance running, whether you anything that requires anything cardio based, I would say, whether it be aerobic or anaerobic, you see you'll do a hard workout and you think, oh, okay, I'm gonna sleep well tonight, but it actually wakes you up, you know,
makes you worse there.
Yeah. It's also really nice to get, you know, at least the hardest part of your day out the way first thing, you know. So yeah, this is a very good one. What are some of the most common injuries in long distance running, and how do you prevent them?
Well, I can say that I had the experience on one of them, and it was the Achilles tendon.
Okay. What actually
happened? Well, from overloading, and as a track athlete, when you run, always your stride and your Achilles is in tension.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of pressure in the connection of your bone and your tendon.
Okay.
And then inside it was like growing like different like joints, tissues, and this kind of inflammations.
Okay.
So at the end, they just cut my Achilles. Like just one day, it was like boom, it happened, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, what just happened?
While you were training?
Really simple, really simple.
Achilles
just like this, you know. Oh. I didn't have any mark or no pain, no nothing. Just cut it. Just happened.
So could you walk? Could you move?
No, I couldn't walk.
That essentially holds up your body, you know that.
Yeah. I was like crying because obviously the pain is like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never experienced any pain like this.
Yeah.
It's like someone is cutting your leg.
Yeah.
You can't even move. You can't even move your toes. It's like, what's happening, my leg? What's happening? And then obviously friends or family members, they pick you up. You go in the hospital, and obviously you can see that your tendon is not on the place, you know, like, whoa. And this image makes you more freaking out, you know, you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you go in the hospital, you do the operation, and then it's a long story. I will not advise anyone to get this experience.
Yeah. So did you, while you knew that, did you know that something was wrong
I knew it
in
from
the
the
build up?
beginning because obviously, as I said, the Achilles tendon gives you like some marks. So you have sometimes like pain,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe sometimes your calf is really stiff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the signs that is something like your body is ringing you the bell. It's
Yeah.
like, mate, pay me a bit of attention. It's happening something down there,
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to stop. You have to stop immediately. Stop.
Yeah.
Then go in the physio, and then just get a session with them. Just see what's going on.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
where was I going with this? So yeah, you felt it. Obviously, being an athlete as well. If it's not urgent, if you're not dying, then you keep going.
yeah.
But were you running at the time, and then you like kind of collapsed?
I was doing some. I remember exactly like image in my mind, and I was doing like 200 meters reps.
Okay.
So as soon I finish, I did 1, 2 steps, and then it happened.
Wow.
And I lost the
Why you was
balance,
going down?
and I lost the balance, and I fell down.
Yeah.
It happened really quick, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. So
I just lost my mind.
Yeah, going back to the question, how
Yeah.
how do you think that what do you think caused that?
Overloading, too
Overloading.
soon, too much.
You mean overloading in too much running?
Yeah, because obviously when you make a plan, you get excited, you achieve your goal, and you are like, okay, this week let's add some more. You don't ask your body how it feels.
Yeah.
You just have your watch to guide you. When your watch says like you can push, you're still pushing, but you don't listen to your body, and your body is the most important thing to listen.
Definitely.
So I was really excited, and I was like pushing, 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 pushing. And when my calves were like screaming at me, and I was like, stop it, man, stop it. I can't take anymore. I'm tired. So yeah, that was the mark. That was the bell,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't listen.
So
I couldn't listen.
What were some of the things that you could have done to prevent that happening?
In the first time when I felt the pain,
Mm-hmm.
stop,
Mm-hmm.
just relax, use foam roller, just visit a physio, and then ask him, like, take an advice, like, what's happening? Why do you have this injury? Why have this pain?
Mm-hmm.
It's much better to ask and prevent instead of waiting to happen. Because if something happens, then it's too late.
Yeah.
You lost the game.
I think a very big issue with athletes as well is I've experienced it as well, is that sometimes your muscles get so tight.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you've pulled it. Almost.
Exactly.
They get so tight. It's almost like a way of protecting themselves. I had an injury years ago in my ankle, something in my ankle, and I was off for 3 months.
Oh, long time.
Yeah, I was off for 3 months because I couldn't. The pain just kept. I kept trying to get back. I kept trying to get back, and it just kept coming. And then I went to see the physio, and I think she did some work on my calf or my ankle, and it was gone.
Well, that's my point. That's my point. Yeah.
Instantly, just because my muscle was so tight that it was pulling on other things, and it felt like an injury, but it was just a tight muscle. But obviously, those tight muscles can lead into more
big injuries,
more serious things.
Yeah.
What are some of the other most like common injuries for long distance runners?
The other one can be the shin splints. Shin splints. That's really common. Yeah, that's a really common thing for long distance runner.
Mm-hmm.
Because always your foot is taking the impact.
Yeah.
And also is related with the Achilles as well. Because like muscles, they're really close together.
Yeah.
So they're really related. So even the shin splints, they're really hard to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to put pressure. Imagine like, I will make it really simple. It's like small, really tiny, like shape of the like balls, like really small balls, and you have to break them. So someone has to be like, okay, let's press them, they press them, and the pain is really bad. Really bad.
So like all the muscle down the shin bone and all the fascia and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also another another thing is obviously we don't strengthen those areas either. You know,
Nobody is paying attention in the
not at all,
strength.
not at all. I get my athletes, and specifically when we do calf raises, I get them to do heel to toe calf raises, because when you go back on your heels, you're working your shin, the front part of your leg, and it looks weird and it feels like, you know, it's one of those things that we said at the start where, you know, they're asked like, why are we doing this, you know, and it's only until you feel that injury that you're like, oh, you know, okay,
this one doing,
yeah, they can handle it now. So yeah, so we got Achilles tendon, shin splints, anything else?
splints, and the other one is plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
Is a small tendon on the arch. Yes.
Yeah.
And that can be really, really painful as well.
Mm-hmm.
And can reach in the stage that you can't even walk anymore. And the doctor will say to you, stop doing everything you're doing right now. Just lift your leg up and just stay on the sofa for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's easy, you know. But then you realize after 2 days, it's like, wow, I can't do this anymore, you know. Yeah. So it's really bad.
Yeah.
So actually, is the tendon that gets get on fire, and you need to ice it. You have to roll it.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of stuff, and does it worth it to reach at that point?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people in general, not just runners, like underestimate the importance of the foot in general. It takes our impact how many hours in a day? Like most of the day, you know, you're on your feet. But we only care about the upper body, you know, the legs, and not the feet,
the performance,
like not the
exactly
muscles in your foot, in your ankle, you know, in the shin, calf, all that area there gets neglected. So yeah, last question. Is there anything else?
Yeah, well, actually, I wanted to give like an advice.
Yeah.
So I see like so many people, because the running community is massive right now, and from one side, I'm really happy to see people during the lockdown and after the lockdown to get into running fitness.
Yeah.
But obviously, I see so many of them not paying attention on the warm up, and warm up can be really easy. It's like 5 minutes of your time, 5 minutes before you run and 10 minutes after you run.
Mm-hmm.
So doing like really simple steps, you can prevent big injuries in the future. So let's say, as you know, in the beginning, some drills, slightly dynamic stretch, and then at the end, you can do some strength core or some stretches as well, like foam rolling or any kind of stretching thing. Anyway, can someone do?
So the start would be, your dynamic drill, your dynamic stretching.
Some calf raises.
Oh yeah, calf exercises.
Some hips.
Drills, everything, warming up the areas that you're gonna use.
Yeah.
And then after foam rolling, you said. Maybe
foam rolling and
stretching.
Yeah, because imagine the people doesn't know is like the muscle getting really tight. So you have to bring the muscle in the first shape as it was to be. So you have to make the muscles stretch and to be able to take the tension that you're giving them when you run.
Yeah.
Because if they are tight, when you will push them and you be like, okay, let's go faster now, let's push the pace, you will get the injury.
I think
so.
We're literally covering the last question, because the last question is the last question is, what's your advice for someone who wants to start running from scratch? Like they haven't run before, especially now as well. And I think one of the main ones that I wanted to add was obviously the too much too soon, like he said. Like it's very important. It's very good that a lot more people are getting involved. But it's like you have your goal, definitely have your goal. But it's like, if I could say anything, like go at a pace that is easy to start with. You know, even if it doesn't feel like you're working out too hard, go at a pace that's,
but you're still going,
go at a pace that's easy and build slowly on that. Because if you go I've experienced it so many times, especially myself getting back into shape, like especially at being a sprinter as well. I want to run fast, you know. It's like,
you love speed.
That's it.
Speed for life.
That's it. Like, you just want to get going. And it's like I had to literally start by jogging.
from scratch.
Yeah, I literally had to start jogging the paces I wanted to sprint first, conditioning the body for what you want it to do.
And make your body strong, yeah.
Exactly, and then just take slowly, and now I can actually sprint like 80%, I would say now. It's still fast,
Ooh.
like, you know,
I'm
getting back there. I'm getting
yeah,
back.
but it's 80%. It's 80%.
Yeah, well,
It's more than enough, so.
Yeah, 80+%. I can push it. I can push it now, which is, but the pace that I started at was literally a jog. You know, literally just to get my body used to everything as well. You know, used to the impact that I was gonna put on it, and just slowly build. You know, condition the body before you know.
Yeah, this is my point. It's all about the foundation, like building the foundation, and then you can increase your speed, you can increase your strength, and go like step by step.
Yeah.
So, yeah, about the question that you said, my first advice I will say to someone is find the right shoe. The market is massive, it's huge.
Find the right
I have so many options. Yeah, it's so many options. Just go out there, try some, see what kind of brand or what kind of shoe anyway fits on you and make you happy. Yeah. So that's my first advice to someone anyway.
Is there a gate machine where you work?
Yes. So in the shop.
Tell them where to find you, bro. Tell them where to find you.
So guys, okay. So you guys, you're gonna find me in the New Balance flagship store.
Yeah.
It's in Oxford Circus, and on the basement is the floor that I work.
Okay.
So if you come there and meet me, I will do the gait analysis for you. So the gait analysis is like the 3D machine. You step on, and then I can see what kind of strike you are, forefoot, or if you are flat feet.
Yeah.
And then obviously the next second phase is I'm going to put you run, and I will see how you run.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the assessment, I will make the decision what kind of shoe, what type of shoe is right for you. Example, some people, they are flat feet, so they don't have any arch.
Okay.
They are really, really low.
Yeah.
These people, they go outside and they buy any kind of shoe. Maybe they are good for them, maybe they are not. You never know.
So, you know, it's the trainer, the hot trainer. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the next episode, we're going to talk about the bronze.
Yeah, find the right trainer. Step one, go to New Balance in Oxford Circus and find Konstantinos, and he will sort you with some shoes. What's step two?
Yes, I will do. Step two is go for the distance rather for the time.
Okay.
So what I want to say with that is pay more attention. Exactly. Yeah. So let's say you start the first week with 20K. Next week, move on 23K. 25K. So slowly, you're building a nice base and safe.
So
and then when you're going to be like
pace? What about the pace? Would you, if you increase the distance, would you keep the pace the same?
Yes.
So increase the distance first.
Yes. Yeah. So if someone is a new runner, obviously you load, you put in more running, and then when you reach at some point, you say, okay, now we built what we wanted. Now we move on to the speed. So the next month or the next weeks, we're gonna focus on the speeds.
Okay.
Then when you achieve that step, when you're happy, then you move on again on building the foundation and go further.
Okay.
This is how you do it, step by step, every time.
Okay. So let's say you want to run a 5K.
Yeah.
Start with 1K, and then once you can run up to 5K at a good pace, then you can focus on getting the 5K time down. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really simple, and it's not taking too much. People, they think that, oh my God, I'm going to run like weeks and weeks, months and months. I'm going to run slow. It doesn't take that much. Mostly 6 to 8 weeks. Just take it easy. Load your body, let your body to get used to it, and then you can build the speed.
Yeah.
So it's really easy. Speed is really easy to come.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, run a distance at a certain time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
The next one.
So the next one is going to be the rest days.
Okay.
So obviously your body needs to rest. We are human beings, so we have to spend a bit of time like resting.
Yeah.
I know, yes, running is really excited and makes you happy, but obviously one day of the week or maybe 2 days of the week, we just need to rest.
Yeah.
Or we can go for like an easy walk.
Definitely. I mean, I always tell my athletes like I think one of the main things that I wanted to prioritize from this season onwards was recovery. So all my athletes see a physio at least once a month, at least once a month. If they can see one more, then even better. But the priority was we need to recover just as hard as we train. You know, whether it be
that's the move. Yeah, that's the move we want.
Yeah, literally, like seeing physios. If you can't see a physio, you can't afford one, invest in foam rollers. Invest in a foam roller.
Elastic bands.
Bands. Invest in yourself, and you can do a lot of things at home by yourself. You can stretch, you can foam roll, you can do all of these things by yourself. You know, to just keep your body ticking over. Diet is very important in recovery. Having that high protein diet, taking naps, sleeping as well.
Very important, yeah.
Sleep is the biggest, you know. How do you recover from a hard session? Sleep.
Sleeping.
Sleep. That's the biggest thing.
Just sleep, yeah. Honestly, you wake up the next day and you are like, I've done nothing. I have so much energy, you know, let's do it again.
That's it, yeah.
Do you have like any specific hours that someone needs to sleep, for example?
Well, for me, I believe everyone is different. Some people can feel great sleeping only 5 hours. You know,
5, no way.
Yeah, I know.
Not for me.
For me personally, and some people be like, "Whoa." For me personally, the maximum amount where I feel great, is 10 hours. If I have a 10-hour sleep, I feel amazing. I feel like the best.
Obviously, after 10 hours, yeah.
The best me, yeah. If I have a 10-hour sleep, cool. If I have 8, I can function, you know.
Yeah.
I don't feel great. I feel good, but I can still function. Anything less than that is when I start, you know, I would need to take a nap.
Yeah.
I would need to do this. I would need to. So, I think everyone's different, and to find your own personal sleeping pattern is trial and error. You know, find out how long you slept for, how you feel. That's all you can do. I can't tell you.
Just learn yourself. Yeah.
Learn your own body's rhythm. Do you know what I mean? I can tell you, you must sleep 8 hours, but not everyone is the same. You know. But listen, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds until this cuts off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have a lot more to say? Or was that the last?
Well, yeah, that was the more topics I wanted to touch. But obviously, if they want more Q&As, then obviously we can do a next one and we can go like specific.
I was gonna say, so these live talks that I'm doing right now, is just because of everything, like the quarantine and everything else. But I want to develop these into like pre-recorded, like fully quality YouTube videos, you know, like where you can watch the video but also listen to it like a podcast as well. We can sit down, like, you know, in person, have a good time and like talk in detail about everything that we can talk about, you know. But I appreciate you coming on. It's been amazing talking.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
It seems like we've been talking for 5 hours, but it's only been an hour.
Yeah, honestly. Thank you so much for picking me up. Yeah, that was really nice. That was really nice.
Everyone has gained a lot from this. And I'll see you on the track maybe Monday, maybe tomorrow.
Monday, monsieur.
Who knows?
See you there.
Bro, thank you very much.
See you soon. Thank you guys for being on. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, bro.